Hey, and welcome to the Izi Chinchay Show. One of the fundamental pieces that I have found within ownership, aside from looking in the mirror, is asking yourself, am I acting like a victim right now, or am I a victor? I am so pumped that you tuned in. My goal with the show is to inspire and motivate you to the best of my abilities. I believe our world needs more leaders, and I believe that you, my listener, are a leader, and that you have the opportunity to impact your community and family by simply being you. I truly am here to try and serve and offer value to your life. And if you enjoy the show, it would mean the most to me if you could please either rate, subscribe, or share the show with anyone who you think might benefit from listening. Together, we can make this world a better place. So thank you so much for listening, and I hope you love today's episode. Today, I'm going to talk about the importance of taking ownership. I started to really understand what that word meant when I was about 19 years old. I read Extreme Ownership by Jocko, and during that time, I was on my soccer team. And I really tried to apply every single thing that I could, that I had learned from the book, to my team. And as I started to go through the process and I started to learn about truly just taking ownership for everything, I started to shift in a lot of ways. But one of the ways that I shifted that I actually did not expect is I became a lot happier. And the reason that I became happier is because I had more say in my life. I had more say in the way that I wanted things to go. And there were not all these external chaotic things coming my way and me saying, oh my gosh, why is this happening? Why is this happening? I always had some sort of response. I had a say in the matter. And I think growing up, I had felt like out of control often within, in my life. I felt very out of control and all these things were happening. And once I started to take more ownership, I felt like this weight leave me because I felt more free. And ownership really starts with stopping pointing the finger and starting to look in the mirror. And once I started to look in the mirror, I again just was like, wow, I have a say. Like, I can figure this out. I don't have to wait for so-and-so to figure this out or so-and-so to do this. Like, there's something that I can do. It's not out of my control. And right now I'm actually in a situation with someone where, the relationship, not my relationship with Mitchell, but there's a relationship with someone else that, hasn't been going very well. And I had to ask myself, I was like, are you pointing the finger or are you taking ownership? And I realized I was pointing the finger. I wasn't taking ownership. I wasn't trying to do everything that I could to make it better. And so I started listening to some podcasts on that specific situation. I started, trying to, do some more work and invest and stop saying like, why are you doing this? Why is this going this way? And say like, what can I do? What can I do to make this situation better? And if you start to make that shift in your life, I'm telling you, your life is going to get better. Because I hear people complain about things often. They complain about how much money they make. They complain about the job that they have or the job that they don't have. And when you get into a cycle of complaining, you will constantly feel out of control and you will not have ownership of your life. And when you start to take that back and you say, okay, I don't like my job. Why is that? What can I do about this? Do I need to look for a new job? Do I need to be a business owner? I vote yes on that. Be a business owner. We need more business owners. But you start to make that shift and it's so freeing because then you realize like you do have a say in your life. And that at any stage, whatever stage you are in your life, your process, you can take ownership. I talk to like certain moms who feel, out of control and like, their whole life just shifted because they went from having their own life to having to sacrifice so much and like, give up their normal life to be a mom. And it's like, okay, that's incredibly hard. And like, I don't know that personally because I am not a mom yet. It's like, where can you take ownership? Like, where can you take some of those things, like part of pieces of your life back that you're missing? Right? Like, what is it that you're missing? Okay. Now, where can you take ownership to add it back in? And one of the fundamental pieces that I have found within ownership, aside from looking in the mirror, is asking yourself, am I acting like a victim right now, or am I a victor? And there are people, of course, like you actually have situations where you are a victim of, and I'm not talking about that. I'm saying, are you acting like a victim in a situation when you could be acting like a victor? Like when you could be someone who is stepping up and making a change, or are you acting like, woe is me, this happened to me, I'm in this situation, I don't make enough money, I don't have enough time, I can't do this? Or are you acting like a victor? Are you being a champion? Are you taking ownership of your life? Are you trying to make a difference in your own life? Or are you pointing the finger, acting like a victim, asking for everyone else to give you the answers? And I've done that before. I've pointed the finger and I've been like, man, why is this happening? Da 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 da. Like, woe is me. And it was so miserable. It's so miserable to act that way. It's miserable to be a victim, because when you're a victim, you have no options and you're just hoping someone throws you a bone. You're hoping someone bails you out. But the truth is, no one's going to bail you out. And if you can shift and really get that in, like, no one is going to save me. No one's going to give me $1 million. No one's going to build me the business. No one's going to start the podcast. No one's going to start the side hustle for me. I have to do it. You get your life back and you start feeling empowered, because you're like, yep, no one's going to do it but me. So I'm going to be the one to do it. And let me tell you, it's empowering, it's freeing, and it's freaking awesome. People talk about like, yeah, you need to take ownership because, be a leader. I'm like, yeah, also, it's awesome. It's dope. The side of leadership and ownership that is you just taking control of your life and going after what you want is amazing. And I want you to have that. I want you to do that. I want you to go after the things that you want. I want you to be a leader. I don't want you to feel like, man, why is this happening to me? I don't want you to be a victim. You're a victor. And that's what we need. We need victors. We need people taking ownership. So if there's something that you're not happy about in your life, whether it's a relationship, finances, your job, take some ownership and start saying, what can I do about this? I'm not happy with this. What can I do to change this? And I promise your life will get better. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you for listening. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, I would greatly appreciate if you could share this episode with 5 people you think could benefit from the show. Also, please feel free to connect with me on Instagram at Izi Chinchay or my website at izichinchay.com. Thank you so much for being you. Keep being a leader and making this world a better place.